Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the disassembly and assembly of a Recoil Master full-length guide rod. This one is made by Tony Pascual, and we see that it is a double spring and mercury filled full-length guide rod. So what are some of its advantages? It's a stabilizer, it reduces wear, cuts muzzle climb, cuts measured recoil by 20%, cuts felt recoil, it is IPSC limited legal. This design is for a standard 1911 with a barrel bushing. The bull barrel 1911 design is a little different. It uses a reverse plug instead of the standard recoil spring plug or cap that the barrel bushing uses. So let's see how to take it down and how to put it back. Alright, so let's take a look at how to disassemble this full-length guide rod design, this Recoil Master by Tony Pascual. So first, let us check if this is safe, if it's unloaded. Okay, nothing in. No magazine. Let's take a look at the chamber. Nothing in there. Alright. So this full-length guide rod design differs from other full-length guide rod designs used by, let's say, Kimber, where you can just push in this recoil spring cap with a coin, a bushing wrench, and rotate the barrel bushing. For this design, it always seems that the barrel bushing still hits the tip of this recoil, this full-length guide rod, because it seems to be too long, or its design just does not permit that method of disassembly. Also note that in this full-length guide rod, there is no hole where you can put in any disassembly tool or paper clip to aid in the disassembly process. So what can we do? First up, let us align the slide stop with the disassembly notch. So they align like that. Let me give you a close-up. So up close, we align this notch with a slide stop, like that. Now on the other side, we're gonna push this pin, the slide stop, out. So we align it like that, push it from the other side, pops out, and we take it out just like that. Next up, you let the slide out, just like that. And we have our slide with our full-length guide rod in here. So next up, we check on our recoil spring. We will not be able to take this out just by pulling it out. But as you can see, it moves around a bit. We want to set it in so that it has some slack, but it is not totally out like that. When it is out like this, it is misaligned with the recoil spring cap, so you will not be able to push that down. So we're going to push this in a bit until it reaches this point, not fully up, a little slack down, like that. That's too much, a little like that. I'm going to hold it in place, and then I'm going to push the recoil spring cap down, which will allow me to rotate my barrel bushing 90 degrees. And watch out, the recoil spring cap tends to fly out very often, so please protect your eyes. So over here, our full-length guide rod shot out. That can happen. A lot of times it will be in place here. Next step is to remove it. So our full-length guide rod set in place like this. To remove it, all we gotta do is to pull it up from this side. Sometimes it may get stuck. You may think that it's jammed in there, but all you gotta do is to clear the recoil spring, which catches on the barrel bushing. It has a tendency to catch on the barrel bushing. So we have our full-length guide rod there. We can now rotate our barrel bushing to the right if you're facing it. 45 degrees down. You can take it out. Our barrel goes out through the front with the barrel link clear, or else it may get caught. And we got our slide. So that's the disassembly. Reassembly. So we get our slide. Let's put in the barrel first. Okay, put the link up. Put in our barrel bushing next. So looking down, put it in like that. Rotate it 90 degrees facing left. Now this part, we're gonna just put back our full-length guide rod and spring. You can actually separate these two, this full-length guide rod and the recoil spring, but remember to keep the open side facing like this towards the muzzle. This flat side, see the difference? This flat side compared to the open side, the coil just stays open. This flat side rests on the full-length guide rod's base. So let's keep it like that way. We're gonna put it in here. Again, if you feel resistance, like it gets caught in there, just relieve the spring. It tends to get caught on your barrel bushing. So there again, I feel like it's jammed. I relieve that spring. Sometimes it does get caught in that barrel bushing. I'm gonna rest it here again with the claws facing down on your barrel. Now this is the hardest part. Putting back the recoil spring cap. So what my tip for this is, I hold it like this, when fully up, let it get some slack, not too tight. Hold it like this, so I have room for my thumb to go on the top. Get your recoil spring cap. This is the standard design, so the bull barrels would have a reverse plug which goes in a little differently. Over the top, we're gonna push this down, and notice that the full-length guide rod is moving around, so I gotta stabilize that with my grip over here. I slip my thumb over and push down as hard as I can, just to get enough room for clearance for the barrel bushing, like over there. Now I'll use the tip of my thumb to give a more downward force to slip this over. And now we got it back in. You're done with the hardest part of reassembly. From this point, let's just put it back on the rails of the frame. We got our slide. So we got our full-length guide rod seated properly there. I'm gonna put it back. Make sure that your full-length guide rod is seated properly. As such, it's cleared. Again, we will move the notches where they align together. Let's align this barrel link. You see that it is not aligned. There is a clearing. So now that the barrel link is aligned, let's put back our slide stop. Okay. Goes right in. And then our slide is back in. Function check. Seems to be working fine. Slide stop engages. Safety works. Grip safety works. Gun fires. Trigger resets. Trigger engages. So there you have it. How to disassemble and assemble your full-length guide rod.